Hello, fellow YouTube, it's MKPS here, and today we are going to talk about the top 10 Transformers from Kingdom in the 86 toy line, because I did not buy no Cyberverse. The figure there was actually a couple figures the figures that I'm looking up for next year would be Beast Wars Inferno. If I can find Terrasol easily, but I doubt it. I probably have to go to the guy at the free market and probably pay double just to get me a Terrasol. So, Terrasol, Inferno from Beast Wars, and what else am I missing? Right now, those are the only. I don't know which one's gonna be like a masterpiece, but I don't know. I can live with my Headmaster one. I'm only looking for 2 figures from this year. Anyone who's a part of my friends, if you can find me a Galvatron for under 60 that's local, or you can ship it to me if it's a family. Like if my aunt watches this, Galvatron's the number one. If I can't find Optimus at 25 or less, I'm probably just gonna have to buy one off of eBay. Optimus Prime from Beast Wars from the Kingdom toy line. Here in Tennessee, Knoxville and surrounding areas, I've hit probably like 20 Walmarts, Targets, and I see people go in other states, walk into a Walmart, and their shelves are full of them. But that's the one figure I have not found, and I've been finding a lot more of the rare figures, the ones that everybody wants, except for Galvatron. Galvatron I have never seen in stores. But yeah, Galvatron and Prime are the 2 I mainly am looking for this year. Why I did not pick up Kingdom Rodimus is because I think the price point's a little too high for me right now. And I already have the 2 G1s. I have the 86 Studio Series 1. So, plus I still have my Power of the Primed one, that the Hot Rod figure of that looks like a decent Rodimus in robot mode. So I'm perfectly happy using that as my Rodimus and him as my Hot Rod. And you kind of think of the Rodimus and that as like a Rodimus super mode. How I, in my Transformer universe, how I use that Power of the Prime version for. So, yeah, Warpath didn't make the list because of the Shield issue, but he's still a really good figure. She made the list, but that was the box. I like the robot mode for his legs being short on Scorponok, but the Scorpion mode, I know it's more realistic. I'm just not a fan of it, but he still looks pretty good. And everyone complains about Trax. That's the reason why I've been scared to open this one up. Because Trax has always been a really good figure. One of my favorite figures as a kid. So, I think on this list is only 286 and everything else is Kingdom. I wanted to add Earthrise, but talking to some people, Earthrise is last year's 2020 figures, so they told me not to add those. And the Voyager or the Leo class of that year would have been Earthrise Optimus Prime. A lot of people hate that figure, but I think he looks pretty good, especially if you give him Orion's packs as weapons. If you take your classic Orion packs or whatever this Orion packs is, and you give him his weapons, I think it makes Prime a little bit better with the axe. And overall, I just like this figure, and I only spent $30 for mine, so I didn't pay the full $50 like most people did, because I think I got him back in January. But to make this list for Kingdom only figures is why he didn't make the cut. Okay, let's put him down there for now. Okay, so at number 10, we're going to put Cheetor. My only gripe with this one, I think it's just the colors. I think the Netflix one's better, but I just could never find a Netflix. The Kingdom one was a shelf warmer for a long time. So, number 9, we're going to give it... Oh, the other figure that why I didn't buy was Kingdom Rhinox, because I have the better Rhinox in my eyes, because he comes with the 2 guns and stuff. This one that's from like 10 years old, to me is still a better Rhinox, with the head's a lot better with the Maximal symbol printed on it. So that's why Rhinox isn't on this list, because I don't have it, and I think this one's still a superior Rhinox. So number 9, we're going to give it to our man, Rat Trap. We'll put him and Soundwave in the same spot, but I don't have Soundwave right this second, so Rat Trap is going to be number 9 of this year. And the only 2 scouts on this list. Everything's a deluxe Voyager and 1 leader. But I think if I had Galvatron, the list would be slightly different. Since I don't have Galvatron, I can't really add him to the list right now. So next, at number 8, we'll give it to Airazor. I think my only gripe is her color. I think the orange is just... I don't know. Maybe too Tennessee for me, but... Next is Kingdom, the only leader class figure that I bought so far this year, because I was mainly going for Galvatron. And I know some people still can't find this, but in my area, I can get this thing for days, because the Walmart down the street from me's got like 100 of these suckers. After I bought this one, I went in there last week, and they have an entire aisle just full of these things. And it was like I grabbed one that was mistransformed, because if you can look, his head's like flop backwards. That's what it looks like. But he's not a bad leader class. This Galvatron just destroys them. So let's see. 10, 9, 8. So we've got Megatron 7. 6, we're gonna give it to Waspinator. Yeah. Waspinator is a great wasp mode, great robot mode. My only gripe is his gun being stupid. The Rhinox toy line. Rhinox I have toy lines. Waspinator's gun was better in my opinion. But I could never find that one. I found the Rhinox. Came from Sevierville Kmart a few years before they closed, so that's the only way I got to be able to get that Rhinox. So next, the last deluxe that I have on this list, and in my opinion, the best deluxe, but she does have one problem, and we're going to talk about it, is Black Arachnia. In my opinion, she's the best deluxe. This is the best affordable Black Arachnia. You can do your little spire tricks, giving her the little, she's gonna shoot you with all 8 legs and her little spire gun, but I don't know if it's just my copy or what. I transformed her 2 times and then a piece of her claw broke. Because it's missing the yellow bit on this hand. Yeah, got this yellow. This doesn't because it broke off. I can still find her pretty easily, but this is something you gotta be careful when you're messing with her. But overall, she's really good. She's my, yeah, I'm pretty sure she's my favorite deluxe. So that was 5, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was 5. Because now I only see 4 left. The Raptor mode. If I didn't have the next 3 figures, this figure would be my number 1. But I think it's the Raptor mode that really affects him. And that is Kingdom Dinobot. The robot mode to me is just spot on. It's just the beast mode that suffers because can't really do much with the legs. The rest of it they engineered really well, minus the hands. I still think this was stupid with the hands. Having this stupid piece here, but third parties have fixed that, so I can't really gripe about it anymore. But overall, he's like an affordable masterpiece, minus the robot Raptor mode not being perfect, but still a lot better. He's your must-own Dinobot of all time, unless you can afford the masterpiece. But I can't afford the masterpiece, so I'm perfectly happy with him. Good. Next, we go to Tigertron. Whose both modes look amazing. The only gripe with him is his signature weapon doesn't storage the correct way that his original toy did. So we have to mark off a point. But he's still like a masterpiece Tigertron, so you can't really argue with that one. Cyclonus is the next one. I got lucky finding this one. I know I did, because I think, like, Tigertron I actually found 2. The day I found my Tigertron, there was another one on the shelf, and I left it for the next person to find. But, Cyclonus in my number 1 pick. I've only ever seen one in stores, but so Finding a Cyclonus. The engineering on here for the one that I bought originally that was busted was still an amazing toy, but I didn't want to have one that had some the boxes ran over, so the figure was damaged, but I still wanted to play with it. I just haven't opened this one, but this one looks like nothing's damaged. And in my number one is a figure I used to have. I think I still do, but his foot's broken, and it's because his last really good toy, the handlebar is always broke. And now I can't say that on this one because it's not a part of his damn legs. And that is 86 Red Guard. Yes, I know the box is destroyed, and this one isn't being kept in his box. As soon as I fix my display shelf and all that, he's going into the display shelf. And I'll probably even toss the box. But I am going to look for another one, too, to see such an amazing figure. I wasn't thinking I was going to find one so quickly. And I did. Him and Tigertron, same store. Was really happy about that. I think that's everything. So yeah, if you cannot afford this Rhinox, I'm just lucky to have one. The Kingdom Rhinox isn't that bad. The thing I hate about it is this being a fake piece on that one. And him not giving you two of the little cannons that he's supposed to have. But overall, in my opinion, 2021 has been an amazing year for a lot of figures. We've had a lot of figures come out this year. I think the most I spent on Transformers in quite in a few years. Can't think of what else Transformer related. Siege, I got a lot of those cheap. I didn't pay retail. I think the only one who was retail, I believe, was Red Alert. Because the Red Alert that I got from a dude who sold me his collection, he lost the little light bulb hammer thingy and one of his feet. But still, for $5, I couldn't really complain because he sold me like a whole collection for like $50, $70. I think it was $70. And I was even able to get myself a masterpiece. Because this is a masterpiece, and I was able to get this masterpiece for $5, so I can't really argue. The only thing he's missing is his boxing and instructions. And I got that back in January. What else? Yeah, Astro Train was bought. His Astro Train was the Earthrise. Yeah, I think Astro Train was the most expensive one I bought last year. But yeah, I say this year was one of the best years for Transformers on getting a bunch of characters we don't normally get all at once or really close to all at once. They do love to give us a ton of hot rods. I still kind of like the classics a little bit. Does the car look a little more futuristic than his 86 car, but I really can't think of anything else. Yeah, because it was all the loose figures and stuff were cheap, minus I think it was just Starscream and Optimus of my $90 or $70 lot was the only two that had the boxes. We're getting a smoke screen. No, Size White. I think the silver one's smoke screen. Silver Streak or whatever. I think Silver Streak smoke screen. Siege Megatron. Siege Cybertronian Starscream. There was an Optimus Prime. There was a Blur, but I sold Optimus Prime. I sold a Blur, and I sold a Red Alert. There was like a crab dude from I think Robots in Disguise that I kept. He's somewhere with the bad guys. Oh, okay, I see him. I know there's another figure. I just don't know where he's at this time that came in that awesome little lot that I bought. Because I'm pretty sure Optimus, Megs, and Silver Street, or whoever that silver masterpiece I got is, paid for that whole lot. So the deluxe figures were all bonuses. So yeah, please let me know what you guys think. Any recommendations on figures I should pick up for next year. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.